The time is 4 p.m. I will call the City of Fort Atkinson Plan Commission meeting to order on Tuesday, January 13th. Um, Roll call, please.
Then Council Representative Schultz, Commissioners Bradley,
Present.
Shaw,
Was that me here? I can't really hear.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Thank you. Uh, Commissioners Kastanich. Here. Chairperson or Manager Hausman.
Here.
Director of Public Works Naven.
Here.
All right, thank you. So under new business, we have a public hearing tonight for a conditional use permit relating to a request for a senior apartment building to be located at 500 McMillan Street in the institutional zoning district. So before we open the public hearing, I will welcome Director of Neighborhood and Building Services Drager to present the project for us.
Oh, yes. Good afternoon. I said this is a 500 McMillan Group that owns this building. Applicant Mike Forrester is proposing to convert the existing building, which is current or was previously, now it's vacant. The pediatrics and internal medicine for healthcare. Proposing to turn that over to senior housing, which is allowable as a conditional use in the institutional zoning district. Some of these proposals that come forward, I shouldn't say some, all need to go through a few questions pertaining to how this proposal will work with the surrounding neighborhood. And of those questions, staff found that this is a cohesive type of reuse of this building for the surrounding area and does fit with the comp plan's proposed uses for the area as well. The building itself, they're proposing to convert the existing doctor's offices into apartments. 12 apartments is what is proposed. Of those, I believe 11 of them are two bedrooms, excuse me, with one of the units as a one bedroom. The two bedroom units are 1,000 square feet or greater, and then the one bedroom unit is 868 square feet, I believe, all meeting the ordinance for minimum unit size for this zoning district. If you look at the elevations, I don't know if you scroll down a little bit further there, as you can see, there'll be some slight changes to the outside regarding the windows and doors, so that each unit will have a patio entrance as well as additional windows. Then there will also be a vinyl divider giving some privacy between the units. The exterior does, to staff, look like it'll be proportionate and harmonious with the existing building, which is a requirement as part of the zoning ordinance as well. As far as the site itself, currently the site has a great deal of paved surface. The applicant is proposing to remove a large portion of that while keeping a loop around for fire and EMS services to not have a dead end. So there will be a loop that will go around the rear of the building. There is currently 85 parking stalls. Under this proposed use, there will be a maximum of 15 spaces allowed. They are proposing to remove 57 spaces. We're bringing it down to 28 remaining spaces. Underneath the ordinance, the applicant can request additional parking spaces over the amount as part of this review process and approval. There is no approval today, but as part of the approval, that could be granted with the request. After asking the applicant why they would want the additional spaces, they find with other developments that they have done that they need more than 15 spaces for 12 units. And then the spaces that are being requested to remain are currently existing, so it would be less changes to the actual paving surfaces that are there, being more cost effective for them. Otherwise, it's meeting the majority of the site requirements as well as exceeding. There are 4 parking spaces for bicycles required. They have 8, 4 at each entrance. Pedestrian access is given at 2 locations. They will be proposing to install sidewalk all up and down along McMillan, which was nice. And then as well as changing out the blacktop aprons to concrete, which is a part of city ordinance as well. And then on top of that, landscaping would not be required as part of this site plan, but they are proposing to add, by my count, 15 additional trees on the site, a mixture of evergreen and deciduous trees. And with that, I guess I'll go forward. Staff does believe this is harmonious with the comp plan, and you can take any questions, or you're welcome to open up for the public hearing.
I think we'll do a public hearing and then we can have a little discussion amongst the Plan Commission. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Drager. So I will go ahead and open the public hearing relating to the conditional use permit requested for senior apartment building to be located at 500 McMillan in the institutional zoning district. Is there anybody here wishing to speak at this time for the public hearing? If you have anything to add, the applicants are here in person. If you have anything to add, now would be the time because there won't be a dialogue between the applicant and the commission.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah, we'd like to see it go through, so.
So just to let everybody know on the Zoom, the representatives of the applicant just indicated that they would like to see this go through and that they are supportive of the staff report as presented. Okay, second call for anyone on Zoom or in person to participate in this public hearing. Third and final call. Okay, hearing none, I will close the public hearing. As we have indicated, this is not on the agenda for action tonight by the Plan Commission. However, this would be an appropriate time if Plan Commission members have any feedback for the applicant. Staff can provide that feedback to the applicant. If the Plan Commission well, any feedback can be presented to the applicants after this meeting. As far as process goes, this meeting would be the public hearing, and then in 2 weeks, this matter would come back before the Plan Commission for action. So are there questions for staff or discussion amongst the Plan Commission on this matter?
We have a clarification question. I assume that we will be able to comment on the elevations of the building and when the certified survey map is applied for?
There is not a certified survey
Okay,
map.
because it's an existing building?
Right.
Okay.
So if there are comments or if you have questions or concerns about elevations,
Okay.
I think now would be the time
Okay.
to voice those.
All right. I just noticed there to be some discrepancies between the elevations that are drawn on CAD, those, and the hand-drawn sketch that's a little further down. I like the concept. I like making reuse of an existing building. I have no complaints at all about that. I applaud you for that. But just to my eye, what looked like French doors or double doors going out to the patio, and then what look again like side-by-side casement windows on the sketch. On the elevations look more like single doors, and again, what sort of look like double hung windows, but that go all the way to the floor. So I would just like some clarification on that.
I guess I'd have to wait and see which elevation we have. Do we have one that's listed as, I believe that would be south? Yeah, or scroll up just a little bit
Sketch
further.
is called northeast, so.
Oh, it could be the north. Yeah, it could be the north portion. They both have an overhang there. To my knowledge, they're planned to be the sketch down at the bottom with the sliders, I would imagine, but you would have to clarify that for me.
I would just like some clarification on that.
Uh, I guess I'd have to wait and see which elevation we have. Do we have one that's listed as, I believe that would be south? Yeah, or scroll up just a little bit further. To my knowledge, they're both planned to be the sketch down at the bottom with the sliders, I would imagine, but you would have to clarify that for me.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys pulling into. No, so that first, like.
If
the-
you want.
Okay, so we're not, what we'll do, I guess, is
Yes.
gather the feedback and then we'll have Director Drager take this back to the applicant so we can just get more information and then make sure that everything is accurately depicted when this comes back to the plan commission.
Yep, so we can take that down, we can get
Yeah.
that clarification.
Okay,
If there is a discrepancy between it, we can make sure that's corrected.
I appreciate
Yep.
that. Thank you.
So just to make sure we're clear, we're talking about the sliders versus single doors going out to the patios.
Yeah, French slash double doors versus a single door, and then side by side casements versus double hung.
Okay.
I guess is what I
Yeah,
was
what
thinking. Is
what
that
I'm seeing here would be single doors, as you said.
right?
Yep, and
Right.
then double hungs is what.
Right.
Yep, so that's a good observation. We'll get some clarification on that.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Well, one thing I do know is that this drawing here, the CAD drawing was done at a later date than the original hand sketch.
Okay.
After we asked for more precise elevations.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I will say.
Okay.
The first one, speculative, but I would believe that was more of a proposed, this is what we're thinking of doing. When I asked for more detailed, then we got these elevations. So,
Okay.
but we'll get clarification.
Thank you.
So Commissioner Kesnick, can I assume that your preference would be for the, do you have a preference either?
I guess, I think the double doors would be nicer than a single door. I don't care that they're both operable or, sliding versus swinging, just to, again, increase the light entering the space. And then as far as the windows, personally, I don't know that I would want to be in an apartment where the windows went all the way to the floor. I think I'd rather see, wider windows horizontally than taller windows. That looks more like a commercial
Okay.
building to me.
Yep. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that is if floor plan could come into play with the
Right.
doors. But once again, we can get clarification on reasoning behind that and then express preference as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything else from the plan commission?
Yes, I want to speak to the bike racks. It's good to see bike racks. Good to see twice as many as the city actually requires as a minimum. Couple things. The city's guidance on bike racks is pretty sparse. The zoning code mentions inverted U's, and inverted U's is staple shaped bike rack. That's a good thing. For security, the materials should be square tubing instead of round tubing. Round tubing is real easy to cut with a pipe cutter you can pick up at Menards. So that's number one. An inverted U bike rack in an array should be spaced 36 inches minimum to let bikes. It'd be great to see the bike racks crowded with bikes. I come from a place where there were a lot more bikes. I was Stanford University's first bicycle coordinator, thousands of bikes. So when you're doing inverted U's, if there's actually bikes parked on both sides of both hoops, 36 inches between the hoops is a good thing.
Mhm.
As to the location on site, I see a set of 4 hoops on the north side and a set of 4 hoops on the south side. The south side hoops are in the entrance to one of the narrow green spaces between the larger wing of the building and the smaller wing of the building. And I'm wondering whether there's an issue there with fire needing to get in there and fight a fire that's on that indent in the building.
Mhm.
So location of the racks. The building's overhang, they have a substantial roof overhang there. And if racks were to be kept in that area, one option might be to tuck the racks against one of the long building walls and change them to diagonal racks. Diagonal racks allow bikes to be not 6 feet deep from the wall, but depending on the angle, 4 feet deep from the wall. So you'd still have access along the racks, even if they're loaded with bikes, and they'd tuck under the roof overhang for weather. And then finally, a building like this in its previous state was a commercial building, so the racks would have largely been for visitors,
Mhm.
probably not for the employees. But here we're in a residential use, so these seniors may be able-bodied seniors and want to have bicycles that aren't parked in their apartments. So I see this indented green space, and there are two of them, as a potential place for a secured bicycle cage. So you might give some thought to locating a few racks behind a beautiful ornamental iron security gate so that the occupants wouldn't have to store bikes in their units, but they'd have some security overnight, especially if the bikes are valuable. So there's some opportunities there. Plus, you want to make sure that wherever you put the bike racks, they don't get in the way of firefighting.
Good points, yeah. Yeah, you are correct. Our ordinance and specifications for bicycle racks is minimal.
I'll share some materials that I developed for another jurisdiction, which was a visual handout to help applicants understand what was a good rack, what was a bad rack, and why, and help more good things get built. But inverted U, the staple shape in square tubing is a good start.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the Plan Commission?
Oh. If you can zoom out a little bit on the plan view to see the connection to the streets. That big green space between McMillan Street and the building seems to me like it might be good for a kind of a semi-private yard if fenced. The building, the units themselves have tiny little patios, which are okay. That's what you've got relative to the driveways that are adjacent. It'd be nice if it was a clean slate design and you had a bigger parcel if the patios were little front yards, but that's not possible here. That said, maybe this large area could be semi-privatized. It's a place for people to sit out and enjoy something fully visible to the public, but kind of an amenity space for the occupants.
It's a good suggestion. Thank you. Okay. Just make a couple comments. I appreciate the additional landscaping. I appreciate the new concrete sidewalk. It has been a goal of the cities to extend the sidewalk north in that area. It's kind of intermittent, so this is a nice redevelopment opportunity to get that sidewalk in there. We're supportive of that, as well as those sidewalk connections from the public sidewalk to the units themselves. So I just want to make a comment on that. Anything else from the Plan Commission on this matter?
Just to jump onto bike racks for just a bit, if you wanted to remove the set that's between the buildings there, a good place for them to be would be on the island that's has a walkway flanked by two green spaces there. Just tuck them into one of the green spaces. That's a really good place. It's handy for a bicycle to change from a rider to a walker at that point. It doesn't impact the fire access, and it doesn't impact anybody's patio.
Good points. Thank you. All right. If there's nothing else from the Plan Commission members on this item, we will summarize that feedback, and I'll have Director Drager reach out to the applicant, and this will be come back to the Plan Commission for review and possible action, potentially at the second meeting in January, or if we do need more time for items. The part that was noticed to the public was the public hearing. That is the most important piece. The action, the date of action of the Plan Commission for this does not need to be renoticed. So if there is something that we need additional information on that we're not ready in 2 weeks, we can certainly bring this back for action at another meeting. But at this point, we will plan to see this on the agenda for the January 27th Plan Commission meeting.
I actually have a sort of out of the box semi-radical suggestion. And I noticed that both the north end and the south end have a loop driveway, sort of a drop-off driveway. If that was not deemed necessary, and if the handicap parking stalls could be resolved, it occurs to me that if you take the face of the building and draw a line all the way out to the back of that green space, you do have room to put some really substantial front yards on each of those units, all 12 of them. So imagine if the two handicap stalls to the left there are moved slightly out of the way, and the near side smaller width driveway goes away, and the line of the parking stalls is extended across that entire area. Now you've got way more depth to give to the units for front yards or well, patio yards. That could be done on the south side of the building as well. And you've got plenty of parking spaces to play with, to push and pull to get your parking capacity while still providing the handicap stalls close to the building. So rethink the extra branch of each of the driveways.
All right, thank you for that. Okay, thank you, Mr. Drager, for that. We will move on to item 3B, which is review and possible action relating to the minutes of the December 9th, 2025 Plan Commission meeting. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes? Okay, hearing no issues, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any final questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Item 3C is update on previously approved projects. I don't have anything prepared, but I'm happy to answer questions from the Plan Commission on any previously approved projects. Or ask Director Drager to answer them for me.
I don't think I have anything.
I will just note the over on Janesville Avenue in front of CubeSmart, they have removed the a lot of the parking lot. That is not for a project at this point. It was part of the development agreement that we signed, part of their planned unit development with CubeSmart. When they did the project, we required that they create 2 outlots, which they did, and then we required that they remove the pavement, the paved surface, if they did not sell them within 3 years. And they had not, so they are removing that paved surface, and they're also installing sidewalk per that same agreement along Janesville Avenue in spring.
Okay. And additional landscaping too, then, or?
I think they had some that they put some in when they initially made the improvements to the facade of the building.
But it'll be additional permeable surface.
Correct.
Okay.
And that will cut down on their stormwater charges, as well as make a nice greenfield site for somebody to come in and develop a new building with new landscaping per our ordinance. Okay. Well, hearing no other questions, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any opposed? All right. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? None. So we are adjourned at 4:23 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank you all for your time today.